Welcome to The Path. Today we talk about suffering. Why do we suffer? The reason for that is that we are attached to bodily activities beyond necessity. Beyond necessity. We seek pleasure, or we seek to prolong that experience that the body has in order to survive and to reproduce. So, for instance, the body eats to live, to sustain its structure, and he rests or sleeps to rest. And he has sex to reproduce, to procreate, for no other reason. Now, we, with our thinking, experience the response of the body. When the body has a need, he wants it to be satisfied. So, the body says, I want to survive, I want to eat. So we eat. And there is a certain amount of pleasure in the taste. See? There's a taste. Taste is nothing else but the body saying, okay, that's not poison, I can eat it. Taste is an agreement or disagreement of the body. Naturally seen. If we eat something and it tastes good, from a natural point of view, I'm not talking now about the already denaturated or, so to speak, of a being that is drawn into those activities, but the normal need of the body to sustain its structure. So, the body tastes something and says, yeah, that's okay. This agreement is something that should be then done with. But we, with our thought, we feel this feeling, or we experience that feeling and say, oh, we want to prolong it. That tasted good. Why not try some more of it? Or why not try some different taste of it? Gourmet. See? Gourmet. And so we enjoy the taste and we go beyond the necessity. And that's when suffering ensues. For instance, sexual activity. So nature has provided us with that body so that we can reproduce in the body. We can procreate. Okay. And there is a certain agreement of the body to procreation, also caused by Kundalini, when the chakras are activated and so forth. So there's a certain bliss, yes. But now we say, oh, we want to sustain that bliss. We want to experience it again beyond necessity. And then we have sex for pleasure. And this pleasure, dear friends, I'm not moralizing here, but the pleasure in eating, drinking, and having sex is something that per se is unnatural for the body. And when we indulge in sense activity for pleasure, the body suffers literally. The nerve system is attacked, and so forth and so on. We are gods in the making. The body is only the temple of God, a upadhi, vahan, a vehicle to experience divinity in material world. And in that we indulge in the pleasure of activity, of seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. See? This is when we cut ourselves off from our spiritual self. Now we are in the claws of material world. And we use our manas, or our thinking, to indulge more and more in it, and we are amazed because we have a morally depressed, psychotic society. Why? Because they look for happiness in prolongation of activities of the body beyond necessity. And they hurt themselves, they hurt the body, they cut themselves off from the Godhead, from divinity, and it can end in a rupture of the monad, teaches the Book of Light. So you see, return from your state of attachment. I don't say you should have no sex or no this, no that. But see where you already indulged beyond necessity. And to return to a state of innocence. Where you don't hurt the body any longer. See, it says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. No, the flesh is not weak. The mind is weak. The lower manas, lower mind. So you see, now that you hear that everything may revolt in you. What? He wants to take my pleasure for life that I have in life. Well, maybe among the thousands who hear me, 1 or 2 persons know what I'm talking about. And how can you return to innocence, dear friends? In that you meditate and let go of every attachment. It's possible. And soul breath meditation. You sit or lay there, eyes closed, and you observe everything. Until even the mind stops, until you even don't think. Cogito ergo sum, a Latin word, I think, therefore I am, does not fit in there even. It is not true. Because you will see, you will stop thinking, and still you're free. You see, and you give the body a possibility to rest and to be the temple of God. That is the idea of monks and nuns and so forth when they, try to live celibate, but they don't know with what they're dealing. The Kundalini, it's a Pandora box. So there must be right understanding. We all have indulged into activities of the body beyond necessity, and we have weakened the body, and we have created a degenerated race all over the world. And see the result. They are all insane because they have given dominance to activity beyond necessity. Let's return to the state of innocence through meditation and through divine message from the true God. I urge you to read that. It's a little book where it has a title, Divine Message from the True God, Nirvana. Buddhism as it should be. Buddhism is not anymore as it should be. It is distorted to an extent that is unbearable. Now, this is a little book where you have the teaching in German and English. So in German it is Die Botschaft des wahren Gottes Nirvana, and then ends the German part, and the English part begins. Divine message from the true God Nirvana. May all beings be free of suffering. May they all be happy. Om.